Hello, vinyl community. This is Mike from TCAT's Deep Vinyl Tracks. This time around, I'm doing a video for a contest. This is a video response for TKR Video Central's channel. TKR Video Central is run by TC, and TC does some daily, well, at least Monday through Friday, he does a video which features a lesser known song, a single or song off of an album that you may not know quite so well, or that didn't do so well on the charts, and helps us to remember um, the actual artist, and tells a little bit about them, gives you a lot of great information. Kind of a nice and original way to do vinyl community channel, I think. I really enjoy it from what I've seen. He also makes other videos that are very informative, have a lot of great information. But he's doing a 200 subscribers contest. It's hard to believe he only has 200 subscribers with all the videos that he puts out there. But you should check out his channel. Go and subscribe to his channel. Check out his contest announcement video, which I'm going to leave a link to down in the comments down below. So make sure you look at that and check out his contest video. What this is supposed to be is to show about 10 albums that you don't think anybody else in the vinyl community would probably have a copy of. Mostly lesser known albums. Now I picked to show some albums that some of the bands are lesser known, some of them are kind of known out there, but the albums that I'm showing are a little less popular or harder to find, or I haven't seen around, quite honestly, except for in my own collection. So that's what I will show. You can also pick different formats to use. Like, you can do CDs, you can do vinyl, you can do 45s, you can do cassettes, whatever. Just make sure that you only do two and split it up half and half, or at least somewhat close to half and half. Make it balanced. I'm just going to show vinyl. I'm not going to show more than one format this time around, so this is all vinyl. So first artist that I'm going to show is a band called Glass Moon. Glass Moon had 3 different albums. This was actually the last album that I'm aware of. I know the leader of the band, whose name is Dave Adams. There he is there. I think he's the lead singer, he's the lead songwriter for the band. He's done some solo albums, but 3 albums under the name Glass Moon. The first 2 albums were kind of not really an art pop, I guess, but they're very accessible albums. All 3 of them are quite accessible. They're definitely not progressive rock, though the first 2 albums probably veered a little bit closer to that. But on this 3rd album, which is called Sympathetic Vibrations, is a very upbeat album, quite a bit different from the first 2, which were a little more lyrically heavy. This one is probably the easiest one to enjoy out of the 3. It's very positive feeling. It makes you feel good when you listen to it. I really enjoy this album, and can have a hard time believing that it wasn't more popular than it was. But it's on a label that's quite popular, MCA Records, of course. And so anyway, there was a minor hit off of this called Cold Kid, which is the first track. But just great, nice percussion, lead beats, and nice balance of synths and guitars. There's the rest of the band, by the way. So check that one out if you haven't heard it, but I've never seen anybody else show anything by Glass Moon. So here's another one I haven't seen shown at all, other than I'm the only one that I've ever heard talk about it. It's the band called Below Anthem. This album is called Smart Flesh. It came with the CD. And here's the back of it. I guess I would kind of consider these guys lo-fi style, low fidelity, but in a different way than normal. It's their type of music really fits that particular style, that lo-fi style, and just great sounding. Probably this particular album is not one of my favorites from them, even though it is good. My favorite is Oh My God, Charlie Darwin. Just an excellent album. I don't have it. I only have an electronic, digital copy of it, but great album. This next one's on a 10-inch. This is a 10-inch single, I guess you'd call it, but it's more of a split album. I've shown this one before. Side A is Pelican, but they only spell a PLCN on this, doing a song called Gold Diggers. That's only available on this 10-inch. The other side is These Arms Are Snakes, or TAAS, doing a track called Pink Mammoth. Now, Pelican is a post-metal band, very heavy post-metal, heavy, dark, almost sludgy at times, where These Arms Are Snakes are more of an alternative, heavy alternative rock band. That's the inside of it. And interesting thing about this one is side A is Pelican doing an instrumental version of a song by These Arms Are Snakes. And the These Arms Are Snakes side is a Pelican song. All of their music is instrumental, so they've added lyrics to it. Kind of an interesting way to do a split album. And that one is fairly rare. There were only so many copies of it. This next one is by an artist called Bright Eyes, who a lot of people are familiar with. But this is also a split album. This was way back early in Bright Eyes' career as a band, as a project. And they do a split with an artist called Sun Ambulance. I was lucky to find this one in a stack of records, old records, in a Salvation Army, and got it for 50 cents. I know it's quite rare. Here's the back of it. So side A is by Sun Ambulance and has 4 tracks. Side B is by Bright Eyes and also has 4 tracks. I know the Bright Eyes side has been released on one of the B-side or rare compilations that Bright Eyes has put out, but the A side, as far as I know, is not available anywhere else. I have seen other albums by the band Sun Ambulance, but it's actually a great split single. I really learned how to love the artist Bright Eyes through that particular record, and haven't seen it anywhere else, so I'm pretty sure there were only so many copies of that made. This next band is called Shearwater. Now, Shearwater is a band put together by the lead singer, and unfortunately I don't know at this point what his name was, but he was one of the vocalists for the band Okkervil River. Now, those familiar with Okkervil River know there's the main lead singer and another lead singer that sings occasional songs in a very much lower voice, lower vocals, and that's who runs this particular project, Shearwater. This is really a great album. He's got another album out under the same name called Rooks, which is even better. Unfortunately, I don't have a copy of it. But this one is really good. Kind of moody music, alternative, uh, alternative rock, but with some folk elements added in. And one of the interesting things about this record is on the second side, it has 2 locked tracks. So 2 different times you have to get up and move the needle for it to continue playing. Kind of a strange thing, but I know a lot of albums have 1 locked track. That one particular one has 2. Now Radiohead, of course, is a band that everybody knows. This is kind of like a 12-inch single of sorts, more like an EP, I guess, with 3 songs on it. There was a series of these albums put out by Radiohead, which had 1 single on a song that was considered a single on one side, and on the second side it has alternative tracks that weren't on the regular album. This one is for the song No Surprises. And that's what the backlit looks like. It has a hype sticker on the front, as all of the ones in this series do, from the Capitol Vaults. Limited edition, special packaging on vinyl for the first time, 180 gram, 45 RPM, 12-inch vinyl, audiophile quality, cover artwork sticker included. So you don't only get the cover art, but you get the sticker with it. And side A has the song No Surprises on it. Side B has Palo Alto and How I Made My Millions, which are tracks that were not on the album that No Surprises came off with. So, there's that. Another 10-inch, but this one is a full album. This is from the band Silver Mount Zion that records on the Constellation label. This band was a break off of Godspeed You Black Emperor. And the music is somewhat similar to Godspeed You Black Emperor, but this time around it's actually got vocals. Now the vocalist takes a little time to get used to, and because of that a lot of people label this music as being post-punk, and it is somewhere between post-rock and post-punk. Interesting lyrics. It probably centers more around repetition and than what Godspeed You Black Emperor does. It experiments around with that repetition, and it just makes for really very interesting listen. So this particular album is called Born into Trouble as the Sparks Fly Upward. Quite a long title, but there it is. This next one is another EP. This is one that I got. This is not the original copy that I owned, but this is one that I got way back when I was working for the record bar back in the 80s. And it's one that I do come across every once in a while, but I never hear anybody talk about this band called Raise the Dragon. This is the EP called Deliverance, and it has 5 tracks on it. I bring this one up because I honestly really like this EP. I don't know if they ever released anything else other than this particular EP. It is on the IRS label, but I've never seen it mentioned anywhere else, so I thought I would show this one. It has a cover of Hold On, I'm Coming, the James Brown song. Kind of an interesting take on it. And one that I don't know. I always feel like I have to have it in my collection because it is one that I really like. I think these um, Richard Spellman and Sean Lyons were the two main people in this particular band, and great songs that they've put together. Excellent songwriters. I don't know why they didn't become more popular than what they did. I'm up to number 9. We're moving along here. Probably not fast enough for some people. But this is an album that's considered library music. It's an album called Bright Eyes, and it's on the Music de Wolf label, which does library music. Music de Wolf is based out of London, Ontario. And I ventured into a Value Village one day and found about 10 of these and picked them all up. And a lot of them are really pretty good. So library music takes music that can be used for commercials, for programs, things like that. And the songs here that are listed, there's a little description about each one of them. But Bright Eyes, it says, light, pleasant sounds for small group featuring flute, piano, and acoustic guitar played by the Clearwater Ensemble. And the Clearwater Ensemble was headed over by Nick Ingman. And I'm pretty sure nobody has this. And here's the Music de Wolf label that it comes on. So it's pretty good album. Some of the ones that I found that day, that out of the 10 I found, there's probably about 6 of them that were decent and 4 of them that were a little, not so great. But those that know about library music know that there's a lot of people out there looking for that kind of stuff. So anyway, last but not least, I want to show an artist I had never heard of when I found this, and I picked it up just mostly out of a blind buy. Another EP by Martin Venichoki. Hard for me to find any information on this guy at all. This particular EP is called Bitter Fruits, and it has 4 songs on it. It's mostly electronic, but a very upbeat electronic, not too upbeat to be considered like rave or anything like that, but actually quite accessible electronic music. So that's it. So if any of you have any of those or know any information about any of those, go ahead and leave that down in the comments. I thought I'd try this at a different angle. I don't think it worked out very well because I had to bend over quite a bit to put the records down. So sorry about all of that. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. We'll talk to you all later.